on the happy golden shore, where the faithful part no more. When the storms of life are o'er, meet me there. Where the night dissolves away into pure and perfect day, I am going home to stay. Meet me there, meet me there, meet me there. Where the tree of life is blooming, meet me there. When the storms of life are o'er, on the happy golden shore, where the faithful part no more, meet me there. All right, hello. Welcome back to my channel. This time we're taking a look at the hymn, Meet Me There. This might not be in some of your hymnals. It's a great song. It's one that I've learned recently, and just thinking about my dad and everything that he's gone through with his cancer treatment and almost losing him last year. So this time around we'll be showing you the chords first. I'm just going to jump right into it, show you the chords, then talk to you a little bit about the technical things about the music staff and the key signature and the time signature, and then a little bit about the finger pattern that I'm using, and then I'll come back around at the end of the video and then play a couple of the verses together for you, and you can play along if you'd like. So the same pattern that I have been following all along is to show you the chords that I have marked in my hymn book. I wrote the guitar chords up above the words where I need to make the changes, and I have a little note here about the finger picking pattern that I use to remind myself, because I won't remember those things. And right away I'm just going to show you the chords that I'm using before I talk about the key signature. Okay, so that first verse, on the happy golden shore, that's the C chord there, on the happy golden shore. Where the faithful part no more, when the storms, that's on the F chord, storms of life are o'er, meet me there, G. G over the word there. Where the night dissolves away, C over the word night, into pure, F over the word pure, and perfect day, I am going, C over the word going home to, and then the G chord, stay, G over the word stay, meet me, and then C over the word there. Meet me there. I put another C chord there. Meet me there, where the tree of life is blooming, meet me, and then G7 over the word there. And then when the storms, that's a C chord, storms of life are o'er, on the happy, F chord, happy golden shore, where the faithful, C chord, part no more, G chord, meet me there, C chord. All right. Now, I have written in the C chord, and I'm singing it lower than the key signature that you probably find in your hymn book. If yours is like mine, you see 3 of these flat cymbals. We've been talking about this in our videos. So you want to identify the key that you're in, and it's easier than what you might think, so don't turn me off here. You have the treble clef, or the G clef, written right here. You look up in the top left-hand corner of your book, and you'll see these 3 flat cymbals, and they look like lowercase b's. And when you see 3 of those, just memorize that this is the key of E flat. If you know a little bit about music, the trick there is that the flat cymbal that's all the way to the right, you go to the second to the last, or the second to the right. So you look at the last one, and then you go back one, and wherever that second to the last flat cymbal is, here it's on the E space, so that would be E flat. You have in the spaces F-A-C-E. They spell the word face. So you just look back to the second to the last and find out what letter name that's on, and that's the flat signature that you're in. So the key signature is E flat. Now the easy way to do that is just to memorize when you see 3 flats, that's E flat. Now the reason why I say to memorize that is because most of the time you're playing in the same key signatures, and so you'll see that one quite a bit, as well as the other keys that we've been playing so far. So you'll be in E flat quite a bit if you're following a pianist. Now I have written up here, which I recommend that you write it in the top of your page in your hymn book, in parentheses, write C, because that's the chord you're going to start on, and that's the chord you're going to end on. So you need to know the C chord and all the chords in the C family, comma, capo 3. Okay? And so that tells me if I'm playing along with a piano and I'm having to play in the key that they are, that the key that the hymn is written in. Looking for my capo now. All right, lost my capo. Have no idea where it is. Oh, okay, here it is. All right, so with my capo, turn around here a little bit. To play in E flat, you put your capo on the 3rd fret, clamp it down, and then use the C chord. Now there's a little bit of guitar theory that you need to know, which would be well worth it to learn. I'm so thankful that I did, and I won't explain all of that here, but I'm just going to give you the basics. Just put your cheater bar on the 3rd fret. You can put it upside down, right side up. With these ones here, I went to a Taylor Road show and I answered a question or something, or somehow I participated in the thing, and they gave me one of these capos. It's a shub, and I really like this thing. It's not as good as some of the other ones, but it's pretty good. So I'm playing a C chord now, and with my capo on the 3rd fret, and that's the key of E flat. But for my voice and for leading, say like in a nursing home ministry, I just got back from my weekly nursing home ministry where we sing hymns and we study through a book of the Bible and just go verse by verse and word by word and just comment on the scriptures. You have to do things lower with folks that are elderly. They need to sing lower than we do in church, and so that works good with my voice anyways. I have kind of a baritone voice. So I just did it in the key of C with no capo, and it worked out great. Okay, let's see here. Let me say a word, and I'll try to make this brief. When you see 4/4, I'm trying to teach you how to use your hymn book. When you see 4/4, the only number that you're concerned with is the top number, 4. And that tells you how many counts there are per measure or per bar. Same thing. 4 means there's 4 counts per measure. That's important for a guitar player because that tells us what to do with our right hand. Whether we're picking with our fingers or whether we're strumming, that gives us a good idea, and you have in your tool bag a few different strumming patterns or picking patterns, and they'll work for most of the hymns that you're doing. So for this one, just a regular picking pattern of P-I-M-A and then repeat works really well. So I have here your thumb is P, your index finger I, middle finger M, and your ring finger A. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Rather than just going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm breaking it up into that, and so it's breaking each beat up into halves. So you have a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then giving a finger for each one of those, P-I-M-A, P-I-M-A, and that's one whole measure. And just to my ear, it sounded good. You might find a different style, but okay, my last video, well, a couple videos ago, I talked about that pattern, but if you want to practice that, I think I need to make a video about different picking patterns and strumming patterns, but if you want to practice that, just put your thumb down on the 5th string, your index on the 3rd string, your middle on the 2nd string, and your ring finger on the 1st string. That's your home row, just like that. Put them all down together. And you practice like that, going, and then put them back down. Plant, play, relax, plant, play, relax, plant. And then you just keep doing it as you get more comfortable with it. But every time you're planting before you do anything. And try to get faster at it. And give yourself about a month or two to do that. And then it's kind of got a feel to it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, because it's kind of like kind of an American folky kind of a sound. Okay, that's the pattern that you want for it. Now, if we're playing on the chords, then you can use that thumb note. That's your bass note. So on the C chord, your bass note is on the 5th string. On the F chord, your bass note is on the 4th string. Bass note on the 4th string. Your G chord, the bass note is on the 6th string. And then back to the C chord, 5th string for your bass note. And let's see, you can do some more things with that, but that's the basics of it. And I think that just about covers everything. Well, let me show you this. Let me show you my my thumb pick that I have. And I can't find anything I need today. All right. Never mind about the thumb pick, because I can't find it. All right, I'm trying to make one of these a week, and I'm not trying to impress anybody, obviously. I don't have my thumb pick, but that'll get you more volume. All right, let's go through the last 2 verses together. So if you have these chords written into your hymn book, and if you are sitting and playing along with me, I'm going to go through the last 2 verses that I have, and you can play along together if you'd like. Here our fondest hopes are vain, dearest links are rent in twain, but in heaven no throb of pain, meet me there. By the river sparkling bright, in the city of delight, where our faith is lost in sight, meet me there. Meet me there, meet me there, where the tree of life is blooming, meet me there. When the storms of life are o'er, on the happy golden shore, where the faithful part no more, meet me there. Where the harps of angels ring, and the blessed forever sing, in the palace of the King, meet me there. Where in sweet communion blend, heart with heart and friend with friend, in a world that ne'er shall end, meet me there. Meet me there, meet me there, where the tree of life is blooming, meet me there. When the storms of life are o'er, on the happy golden shore, where the faithful part no more, meet me there. Amen. Maybe one day we'll meet there and we can talk about how we used our guitars to serve the Lord in congregational singing. And I hope you take your guitar and you take it to your youth group or to your Sunday school class or to a nursing home ministry or something like that, and use that to be a blessing to people. And I am in no way trying to be a worship leader. The worship leader of the church is the pastor. He designs the worship service, and we are just musicians and helpers. Maybe you play the guitar in an orchestra in your church. I know of a church that has some guitars and a banjo and a mandolin and a harmonica, and it's a real blessing. And obviously we're talking about Appalachia in the United States, but what a blessing it is. to be able to make a joyful noise to the Lord. Well, God bless you as you serve Him.